Welcome back to Cyber Distortion with your hosts Jason and Kevin. In this episode, we are joined by two heavy hitters in the cybersecurity world who are teaming up to bring something big to North Texas. Michael Farnum, CEO of CyberSecurity, co-founder of CYBR..SEC.CON, cyber startup and non-profit advisor, board member, and US Army veteran, joins the show alongside his longtime friend and industry colleague Phillip Wylie. Phillip is a globally recognized cybersecurity expert, ethical hacker, author, keynote speaker, and host of The Phillip Wylie Show, one of the leading cybersecurity podcasts, with more than 21 years of experience in information security. Whether you're a seasoned security professional, an aspiring hacker, or someone passionate about building stronger cyber communities, this episode gives you an inside look at what's coming to North Texas and why you won't want to miss it. Tune in to hear the story, the mission, and the future of CYBR.HAK.CON.
Welcome, everyone, to the Cyber Distortion podcast. Guys, we're at our very, very last episode of this
Distortion
season. Pad Thai, Cyber Distortion Pad Thai.
So now we're all about noodles.
Know, right?
Okay, cool.
I must be hungry. I was thinking about that from the beginning when I was saying it. But tonight we're going to finish this episode off with a topic that I think is very important, and it goes back to the roots of the cyber community. And we're going to be meeting with two gurus of forming cyber communities, and we're going to talk about that tonight. These guys are doing some fascinating things. We've worked with them a lot in the past. We know them very well. We are fans of their work and their work that is to be.
Yeah.
That is on the horizon. And so we're excited to get into that. If you are in the Texas area, which is a large area, and mostly a part of the biggest parts of Texas, the most important ones, I will just say that right now, then you will want to know what these guys are doing, because you will want to be a part of that hacker community that they're forming in the areas that they're doing this in. So that's kind of the high level of what we're going to get into. We're going to dive into it real quick, but let me introduce our guests first. So tonight we have with us Michael Farnum, and we have with us Phillip Wylie. And the two of these guys are doing some fascinating things. So let's talk a little bit about that before I hand it over to Kevin. Oh, before I do that, I want to thank our sponsors too. ThreatLocker, who's been with us for a long time and has really done a lot to support our podcast and our live presentations for CCN, and continue to just be there with us. Thank you, ThreatLocker. Alacronet, who's also a great sponsor of ours, who continues to support us and bring us into new places to spread the cybersecurity knowledge. Fulcrum is another one of those that have came on this past year, has done great work for us, and CypherNova. And so thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate everything you do for us in our podcast and continuing to spread the word. But tonight, in this episode, we're going to dive deep into the evolution of one of the most respected cybersecurity communities and movements in this country. Michael Farnum, founder of CyberSecurity.Community, and the original force behind HOU.SEC.CON, joins us to talk about the transformation and the new creation of his new work. And this, and so we're going to get into this new work, what this means. But this new work is really going to be forming a cyber community in new areas within Texas that's going to reach more people than the work that he's done before. It's a multi-conference ecosystem designed to empower cybersecurity professionals, enthusiasts, and newcomers if you want to know what's happening in the community. This thing is going to be amazing. It is the CyberSecurity, which is redefining that regional Infosec community space and really bringing people together regionally within Texas and even outside of Texas. Even at your events you had this past year, HOU.SEC.CON, you had many outside attenders outside the state of Texas. So I do see this as a premier event that will be growing into a national attraction that people are going to want to attend. That's why I'm excited about it, and that's why I'm hopeful for. Also with us tonight is Phillip Wylie, well-known ethical hacker. You've probably seen Phillip on our shows tonight, in our cybersecurity podcasting episodes in the past. He is joining with Michael, and together, Phillip is going to be leading the CYBR.HAK.CON version of this in Dallas-Fort Worth, the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter of that initiative. So the two of them are getting together, creating something new. It's going to be exciting. And look, if you're in the Texas area and you're in cybersecurity, you're going to want to know about what these guys are doing. So pay attention. So Kevin, what do you want to add to this show?
Well, the first thing I wanted to bring up is the fact that I want to apologize to all the farmers in Texas that you just pissed off by saying that everywhere else was the best part of Texas. so the cyber farmers out there that attend these conferences, God bless you. Thank you for doing what you do. No, but the thing that excites me about it is obviously that, Jason, we've talked about it. It's in my backyard for the first time in DFW. We're going to have a really new style hacker conference that's going to bring a lot of interest in this area to where I live. I mean, literally, I'll be minutes away from this event. So near and dear to me for that reason. I've known Michael for quite a long time. We've done work with them in the past, and I know a lot of the people that Michael knows, and actually kind of met Phillip through that same network of people. And through Phillip's been really good to introduce us to a lot of people that we do a lot of work with today. The CCN Podcast Network folks all spun out of people that we met through Phillip. So both of these guys, I love you guys, love what you guys are doing. Thank you for coming on with us tonight. Phillip's actually a second timer on Cyber Distortion. So Phillip, welcome back. Welcome both of you guys. And it's going to be a fun conversation.
Thanks. So it's great to be back.
Guys, go ahead and tell them a little bit about your backgrounds, and we'll get into the meat.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to follow any of that up because I feel like there's no pressure in any way, shape, or form on Phil and I now to put together a damn good show. Michael Farnum, been in this business since 94, I guess, either IT or security since that whole time. Several different roles in the security field: security manager, CISO, advisory CISO, architect, practice principal, all these different things. Been all over the place, worked as a practitioner, worked in vendors, worked as a reseller / consultant. So I've seen it pretty much every side of the coin, I guess, from cybersecurity. So back in 2007, I got my first pre-sales engineering role with a VAR that used to be known as Accuvant, now joined with Fishnet and became Optiv. You can cut all that out if Fulcrum doesn't want any of that stuff in here. I know all the Fulcrum guys too. Got into pre-sales and yeah, it was going to be I just started looking at the regional stuff down here in Houston and was just like, there's just not much going on from a cybersecurity community perspective. And it was a little bit maddening. So I started a user group, kind of like an ISSA style. There was a group that I don't think it's even around anymore, called NASIG. It was National Information Security Group, and started a chapter of that down here in Houston, and decided within a couple of years after that we needed to build a conference, because I think B-Sides had just started. If you remember DerbyCon, that started that same year that we started. Last Con started, B-Sides DFW started. All of these regional cons were starting back then. So that's when I kicked it off way back in 2010, and just started growing it from there. So we've got now we've gone from 120 people that first year to like over 3,000 last year with HOU.SEC.CON. And we've just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And after COVID, I think people just really got a bug. It was crazy to see after COVID how many people, when we finally started going back out and seeing people face to face, they just wanted to go crazy with it. So that's when we started growing it. So, I mean, there's, obviously we're going to talk more about it. But that's my life now, is I'm working on the CyberSec community. I'm going over full-time. I am full-time 100% there, running the CyberSec community and all the events we do there. So I'm probably going to lose my edge. I'm going to have Phil keep telling me what's the coolest thing in cyber anymore, because I'm now a CEO. So I don't, it's like, what happened with cyber? What's AI doing? I'm going to lose it, I'm sure. But
we all lean to
that's
Philip
my
for
gig
that
now.
same reason, Michael. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we do.
That's why I partner with him. Really, it's not because of the cool conference. I need somebody to keep
There you
sharpening
go.
the edge there. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Philip?
Yes, I'm Phillip Wylie. I got started in technology. My first IT job was in '97. Worked in IT for 6 years, moved into Infosec in 2004. 2012, moved into offensive security side. That's where I really found my passion. Worked as an internal resource after spending several years as a consultant. And in 2018, I kind of changed my focus. I started teaching at Dallas College. I was always spending most of my time trying to improve my skills and getting certifications. And I kind of decided to change my focus. And, I've always been kind of competitive and pushing myself. And one of the things I kind of came to the conclusion in 2018 is the world needs coaches, mentors, and teachers. And so I started teaching at Dallas College. And then I started the Pwn School project in July of 2018. That came out of some students in our local community not being able to get registered for my class, and just some of the hurdles to try to get into the class. So I thought I wanted to offer something where people, regardless of having money or not, could get education through it. So I was hosting meetings in Dallas and Denton. And during the pandemic, we went purely virtual. And then back in 2021, when things started back up in person, but only started up the Denton group, because Dallas already had a community and Denton didn't have a community before I started the Pwn School project, but ended up rebranding as a DEF CON group. And part of that was planning to eventually, whenever I stepped down from the group, I didn't want to give away my intellectual property or someone take it over and anything bad happen, reflect badly on me. But also the rebranding brought in like twice the attendees the first month. And, people can go on the local DEF CON group website and find you easier. And so it just really helped kick things off and start building a little quicker. And so last year when I was stepping down from the group, something I kind of planned for a while, because several times I thought about, because I got to where I started traveling more, wasn't in town as much. And I thought, I'm kind of over this. I'm ready to be done with it, because I was driving from Carrollton to Denton, which is a 30-minute drive if I'm lucky, most time around 40 minutes. And I just kept thinking I'm about to step down, but then I'd have an attendee say, "Man, look what you built. You've done something really good here." And it just keep motivating me to keep going. So last year, about October, I decided to step down. And when I stepped down, I was thinking in the back of my mind, what what can I do next? Maybe a conference or something. And then after HAK.CON this year, I decided, I would like to start a hacker conference. The only thing close to that, we have, besides DFW, which is a hacker conference, but that's one a year. Most of the conferences are, like your Secure World, your different CISO conferences, and it's really not geared towards the practitioner as much. So I wanted to start a hacker conference because, we have these all over. You had DerbyCon, as Michael mentioned, HAK.CON, HAK.RED.CON. You have GERCons and all these different conferences that are really cool. And I wanted for us to have something here. But one of the things with this too is I want this to be more than just a regional conference. I want this to be something where people will come from all around to attend, like they do GERCon, HAK.CON, and some of those other similar type conferences. And so when I came up with the idea of doing this, I decided to text Michael and let him know what's going on. And a little background to our relationship: Michael and I have known each other since 2019. I spoke at spoke at HOU.SEC.CON in 2019, and it was the first conference outside of besides DFW that I gave my pen tester blueprint talk at. And I really thought it was cool that Michael and them saw the need for a session on a career topic. And so I spoke every year since then. We've got to be friends over the years. And when I texted him, I thought I could get some good advice from Michael. And we had a call, and he said that they were wanting to get in the DFW area, start a conference, and asked if I'd be interested in partnering with them. And so definitely I was in on that because they've got over 15 years of experience doing this stuff. I didn't have a clue, and just try and do this all on your own, not doing it before, I'm sure it'd be a lot of headache. I was actually on the fence whether I was going to do it or not. But then when Michael asked if I'd be interested in partnering, then it was a no-brainer. I've got people, Michael's got a great team that they put these things on and do a great job. So really looking forward to the conference, and everyone so far that we've shared with about the conference, local and in Houston and everywhere else I speak with, are really excited about the conference.
Well, I'm excited about it. And I know for sure you guys have registration up yet? Can we already register?
Yep.
Awesome. I'll be.
Yep. CYBR.HAK.CON, cyber without an E, because we're cool.
Yeah. I'll be registered. I'll be
and
registered by tomorrow, and I can't wait, man. This is going to be great. Okay, so let's get into talking about it. We've got some general questions we want to hit you guys up with. Jason and I came up with a list of questions that we think will allow the listeners to understand a lot better what this thing's going to be all about. Jason, I believe you're queued up to start first. So I'm going to give the first one to you.
Yes, sir, I am. You know why?
Well, I always rank it in the order of priority based on criticality to the podcast.
You said it already.
You're the most critical.
Yeah, you said
I'm
it
like
already.
I'm like a low-level CVE where you're a crit 10.10. I'm like a 1.8.
Hey, I'm glad
but I'm working on it, man. Just quit making fun of me. Quit trying to bring me down to a low level.
All right, let's get started with this one. I got the first one. So guys, why did you start it? Or like, how will CyberSec community maintain the grassroots, the community-driven spirit, and help that expansion into new markets?
Yeah, so to back up a little bit and explain what the whole thing kind of looks like, if we've got time to do that. So CyberSec community is actually a very recent thing, the recent entity. So again, I started HOU.SEC.CON back in 2010. I grew it, finally got like a actual full-time hire back in, I think 21 is when Lauren came on, or 22. No, 23. I'm sorry. She came on in 23. So that was still just going to be the primary focus. It was just going to be the conference, and we were getting big enough to where I could get a full-time hire, and I needed to get somebody to do that. As I started talking to different people about what I wanted to do and like kind of to build the vision out, and do I want to expand this thing? Do I want to do other things? Because I'd restarted a user group with it as well. And we had built a couple of other conferences, one that was an OT focused conference and one that was an executive focused conference. So we built both of those down here. When we did that, we started looking at this, and we're building a community. We're not a conference that has a community. We're a community that has conferences. So that kind of switched our way of thinking, and that wasn't just like out of whole cloth out of my brain. That was like talking to several people like Jeremiah Grossman, Robert R. Snake Hansen, like other people who are like, what, who all have involvement with some of the bigger conferences. So it was really an idea like, how do we make this thing into something where we can build that community and not just be a conference, even though a conference is really cool. Also, kind of to your point, Jason, what you're asking there is we do have the vision of making this national. Like that was our announcement at HOU.SEC.CON this year, was that we're turning HOU.SEC.CON, or we're creating a new conference, CyberSecCon, that's going to be a national conference. And we're going to have CyberSec.Community as the blanket organization that holds all of these different events that we're doing. That's when we decided to do CYBR.HAK.CON as well. So we announced all that at HOU.SEC.CON this year. So just wanted to back up and kind of give that, that overall statement of what we're doing with the community. The way we're going to keep the community feel is that, first of all, we're partnering with a nonprofit organization that we're very close to, that I don't think we've told anybody this, so this will be an exclusive on here. It's going to be called CyberSec Careers, and that's going to be a separate nonprofit institution that we're going to partner with. That is going to have mentorship. It's going to have we did our first youth SecCon, 9th through 12th graders this year. We're going to continue there. We had 70 kids there at HOU.SEC.CON, and they spent a day learning about all kinds of stuff and getting the conference experience. So that's going to be housed over there. We've got an education board where all the local colleges that we're working with, and that'll expand as we expand our footprint nationally. So we had a college fair there as well. And then we've got a foundation that's over there that does scholarships and grants, whether you want to go to college or if you want to get certification for young people and for veterans who want to transition into this field. So that's one major aspect that is all to help people get into the community, to learn the community, grow their career, and then come back around to being mentors to help other people. So, you can start wherever you start to get into the career. You can find a mentor. You can go get certifications, go get your degree, then come back around and become a mentor after you get into your own career after a couple of years. So that's one major aspect of the community that I think is not all these events have that. They're not concentrating. They're concentrating on the events, not concentrating on the rest of the stuff. The other way we're going to keep the community, I think a big thing is CYBR.HAK.CON, because there's nothing more community driven than a hacker conference and a practitioner conference, right? Everybody likes to go there and have a good time, talk to people, embrace people who are curious about what cybersecurity is if they've never been in it, or to help teach people how to pick locks or do ham radio village or ham radio or whatever. I mean, that's community defined right there as well. And then honestly, everything day to day I'm involved in, my co-founder, Sam Van Ryder's involved in, Philip's now going to be involved in all of that. We're all people that have been in the community for years and years and years and years and years, and we're not going to let that community feel die. We're going to maintain that. We're going to nurture that and keep it going. I had somebody this last year said, he said, I kind of missed the smaller conference, when we were 500, 600 people. He was like, but y'all also maintained the community through the whole thing. And I was excited to hear that. That made me feel great, because that's one thing I'm trying to do personally. Like I'm here, I'm running this thing. Let's make sure this thing is for the people. And from a very, and I'll shut up here in just a second, but from a very practical perspective, we are not letting price be a barrier to people getting into these events. Like we're never going to be that conference that is charging you $1,500, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000. I mean, there's some of these conferences have literally been around 2 years and are charging $2,500 to get in the door. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's outlandish. But what it does is it tells you the kind of clientele that they're trying to get. They're just trying to get a pay for play. what we're trying to do is make sure everybody can get in there. So like our tickets for CyberSec.CON are going to be, I think, $125 at the base. The ones for CYBR.HAK.CON, I think the lower one is $250, and you get a VIP, and it's like I think $300 or $350, and you get this whole other experience. And that's where for foreseeable future, we're going to stay in that range. We're not going to come in here and start charging you a massive amount of money. What we do is we have the sponsors come in, and they get a lot of value out of it. Same as sponsors get value out of what you guys do, and they're willing to help fund it and support it and keep us moving and they get business out of it. That's what they're there for. But that helps us maintain that low threshold so people can come in. So I just pontificated a lot. I'll let Phil talk, but that's how I see the vision.
No, that's
of
good. That's great.
So.
Yeah, just to kind of add to that, because you were answering Jason's question, but one of the things that I have to comment on, I've been going to HOU.SEC.CON since 2019, and one of the things I can say that Michael and Sam truly love the community. They're trying to help people. Some of these conferences purely to make money, and with them, they're putting out a quality product. They're getting quality speakers. I mean, the number of tracks there and speakers are pretty amazing. This conference, it's amazing to see how it's grown since 2019 up until this year. Last year was quite a big improvement in size and stuff and the tracks and all that, because before it was at the Marriott, and it was a pretty decent sized conference. And then moving over to the convention center this year, within just a year, what you guys pick up like another 700, 800 more attendees over the previous year. And that's
huge. Yeah.
We went from 2,100 to over 3,000. So
that's massive.
It grew like gangbusters, and we're hoping it'll grow more than that. But that's what I'm saying. We want to nurture that and maintain it to where that community feel is. And I mean, it'll always be, nothing against Dallas in any way, shape, or form. I'm up there all the time. I've been up there several times this year. I love Dallas. I'm a Cowboys fan.
I'm sorry.
Worse.
I am too.
Yeah, me too. It hurt.
I hate it for us.
It hurts so bad. But it's, the flagship, as far as it sits right now from the conference that we've done, CyberSec.CON will always be down here in Houston. But we wanted to expand up there, especially with Phillip, and put something up there. But, and to y'all's comments earlier, these are national conferences. I mean, these aren't, they're regionally based, but our goal is to make Dallas synonymous with Cyber.HAK.CON and Houston synonymous with CyberSec.CON, just like Black Hat is, Vegas is synonymous with Black Hat, RSA is synonymous with San Francisco. Those are our goals. That's where we want to be, because we love this area and we know we can grow, and there's plenty of room to grow here. So.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's a big part of it, is just keeping it to where even the larger it grows, that it just feels small. I almost hate saying this, because I feel like it's shifted a little bit in the last couple of years, especially since DEF CON moved to the convention center, but it always had that small conference feel, even though there was 10,000 plus people going. I feel like it's a little different now that it's in the convention center, but that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I need to ask you guys about the name. The one you're spinning up here in DFW, CYBR.HAK.CON, but you left out the E. What's up with leaving out the E, man? What's going on there? What's that all about?
Well, there's very practical reasons, and there's very whatever reasons. So it's all of them, everything we do, CyberSec.Community, CyberSec.CON, CYBR.HAK.CON, the E's out of everything. One, it's just because it's kind of fun to leave it out. Two, maybe to confuse the hell out of people. I don't know.
What's that website address again?
Yeah. If you type in CyberSec.CON with the E, you'll get there's a site out there for it, but it's some defunct page over in the UK. I've checked the WHO.SEC and everything, and it's all somewhere else. I don't know. There's nothing going on there.
Yeah, you guys just buy them out. That's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, but honestly, from a very practical perspective, it had to do with how we originally were working through our logos. Because our logos with HOU.SEC.CON and OT.SEC.CON, all that stuff were stacked and they fit a certain way. And then we were like, well, if we're going to continue that stack, but not get rid of the HOU, but like change it to a national conference instead of a regional conference, then the way those stacked, if we put 5 letters in there, it was really hard to put together. So I was like, in my marketing genius that I am, I was like, well, let's just do at CYBR. It looks cool. And everybody was like, oh yeah, that works. And then after that, we completely got rid of the stacked logo and it's just straight. So it didn't really matter. But yeah, that was really all it came down to. But we just thought it kind of worked from a coolness factor, and we'll see. My goal is to change the spelling of cyber to CYBR.
All right.
In the dictionary, Webster will be CYBR
Fair enough.
security.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Everyone will say, oh, another acronym.
Like, what does that acronym stand for?
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about this a few minutes ago, just some of the differentiation between CYBR.HAK.CON and HOU.SEC.CON. But in terms of focus and audience and even the layout of the programming, are there any differences that separate the two?
Phil, you probably talk about the audience kind of, because you've been you've been to the big one and you know what we're trying to build up there. So I think
with HOU.SEC.CON now, CyberSecCon, they kind of appeal to a broader audience, anyone from management level down to practitioner. There's something there for everyone, OT specific content, executive content, but we're focusing more on the practitioner. Because as I mentioned before, most of the conferences you see that generally tour around the different cities of the country, it's really some cases more geared towards management. Sometimes it's more compliance like. A lot of the things that gets left out is much offensive security content. So while we call it a hacker conference, it's going to be a practitioner conference. So blue teamers, red teamers alike will enjoy the conference. It'll be,
that's why the shirt's
a little more,
because it can't be red or blue. It's got to be
that's
somewhere in the middle, right? I got it. Cool. So DEI, how do you guys plan to maintain diversity and inclusion across this regional, this new format that you're going for?
So what I've always said since we started this was we're not inclusive. We're just not exclusive. Like if you come in and you're a cyber person, I don't care color of skin. I don't care gender. I just want to talk to you and exchange ideas. That being said, we have been very, purposeful in trying to make sure that everybody feels welcome and that we invited a lot of people to the conference, reach out to the community. I'll say we're a big partner with WSIS, Women in Cybersecurity, both regionally and nationally. They are a co-sponsor or a sponsor of our user group explicitly, like our user group that we run every month. They're a partner in there. We're working with their national team now a little more than our regional team, or we're starting not a transition. It's just because we're turning national, we're doing more stuff with them nationally. Every year it wasn't there this year because we didn't have somebody to run it, but we have an out in tech booth at HOU.SEC.CON. So we've always embraced it. We've always been like, we don't really care, right? It's like, we want you to come in and be a part of this team and be a part of the community. We had, what was it? It was this year we had a podcast, and it was, it is what it is, for better or worse. Just not for better or worse, just it is what it is. This industry happens to have generally a lot more males than it does females, a lot more men than women. We had a podcast that we put out, and somebody came on, and it was 4 guys or 3 guys. And somebody said, where are the women in HOU.SEC.CON? And I was like, I don't want to cause any problems. I'm going to see, let's respond to it. It was a public comment on LinkedIn. I had Lauren Andrus, who's our VP of operations and does all of our
She's
marketing,
great.
reach out. And she was like, two of the people that work here, including the person who essentially runs this, are female. Like we're running this. We've had multiple female keynotes at CyberSecurity HOU.SEC.CON over the years. We had one. Our closing keynote was a woman this year. Closing keynote last year was a woman. So we've always been purposeful and not purposeful.
Yeah,
If that
no, it
makes
does.
sense. Like it's just a matter of just please be a part of our community. I'm not going to judge you one way or the other. I don't really care. I just want you part of the community. So
Yeah, that's
hopefully
a hard
that's a
one
good
too.
answer. I know that's a sensitive topic, and I don't ever want to upset anybody in that, but that's how we go at it. So,
But it's a hard one too, right? Because even like right now, having this conversation, we're all males having this conversation, and which is generally what happens at a cybersecurity conference. You have an overwhelming amount of males to everybody else. The problem, and I do see the same thing. So you're speaking about a very important point in your approach to it, because all the other really good conferences that I've been at take that same tactic. They're like, hey, we're not trying to make this like overwhelmingly trying to make this lopsided one way or another, or to be inclusive or exclusive. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create community, and we're trying to get as many people together regardless to talk about the common topics that impact everyone. And yes, we would like more diversity. We would like those types of things to be a part of it, because even just that, right? That just adds to diversity in thinking.
Yeah.
So all of those things are supportive in moving forward. It is very hard to pull in a group of people that traditionally you haven't had the same numbers of those people in that community to participate. That's a very hard thing to do, to go from, a small number to a large number of whatever the demographic that you're trying to target.
Yeah.
So just being aware of it and being actionable and acceptance, of whatever you can get into that community is probably the most important thing you can do, in my opinion.
Yeah. When you look at Youth.SEC.CON, I mean, I think, I believe, I don't know this for a fact because we obviously didn't collect, because they were 9th through 12th grade, they were minors, so we didn't collect their names and keep them. But when I went into that room, I think very close to half, if not even a little bit more, were young women in that group, and they got to see all of this different stuff. And the person who won the scholarship that we were giving away was a young woman, and she came up and asked a million questions and was extremely curious. Her father was there with her. He had been showing her all of this stuff. So I'm a firm believer that it's really hard to force people, especially when they're already, in their adult career and everything else. Like if they haven't been exposed to this stuff in their younger life, then it's hard to like force that. And a lot of people change careers, but I'm really of the mind that we need to get young people and get, minorities and women and everybody else that may not have the chance to get exposed to that in their regular life, to have that chance. And that way they can start saying, hey, this is a viable thing. And then you'll see real change, like real actual change 10, 15 years down the road, where then they're leading things and they're going and encouraging people of their same demographic. I think that's what we're going to see. And that's what I've always wanted to do. I think we're going to, and hopefully by the time I retire, and I don't know, probably 50 years at this point, but we'll see a lot of that change, and I'll be able to say that a lot of us that do stuff like this, we're able to affect change on that. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So what role do you think local cybersecurity leaders will play in shaping the regional events that you guys are having?
Phil, you want to, I know you
Yeah,
got,
from a Dallas perspective, the folks around here, Dallas Hackers Association, the local DEF.CON group at B-Sides DFW this past weekend, everyone's really excited. They're excited to be having a hacker conference in the area, and everyone's been asking how they can support or volunteer. So I think it's going to be really well received, because that's one of the things is we've had one of the best hacker communities probably just about out of anywhere, because we've got 2 DEF.CON groups. We've got Dallas Hackers Association. Dallas Hackers Association always has around 100. Pre-pandemic, the size of the crowds were getting up, 150 or so. So there's a big turnout. So we've got a big hacker community. Plus there's O-Day All Day, which is a 0-day meetup that happens quarterly. So there's a lot of hacker types here. And so I think it'll go over really well, because they've been looking for something like that locally. Traditionally, they have to travel out of the state. And I think this will make it more accessible to the people that don't have the funds to travel out of state to these conferences.
Yeah, I think CyberSecCon is the same way. We get all the people from DC 713, DC 281. We actually have a group that's all been part of DC DEF.CON groups down here that formed a little con within a con. Phil's seen this, called CON. The background of that is CON. It is exactly what they do. They have a crow for a logo and the whole thing. And that's to give you a whole bunch of history there. I just keep doing history lessons, but I'll make it short. When we started HOU.SEC.CON, when we first started, the way we had it out, we had real estate agents coming because they thought it said HOU.SEC.CON. And I was like, well, you can show up, but you're not going to learn much about real estate. And but we started emphasizing the 2 C's, but we've been a big and a little one. And we always joked internally that it was called HOU.SEC.CON. And then unbeknownst to me, these guys show up at the conference about 3 years ago. I think it was still the last year we were at the Marriott. And y'all may know DJ Dead down here. He introduced me to him, to Afflicted. And he was like, hey, he's got stickers for you and all this stuff. And he showed it, and it was CON and all this. And he was like, I was afraid you were going to kick me out of the conference. I was like, dude, this is awesome. This is fun. It's like, so now they've formed a little underground group that's a conference within the conference, and you got to collect clues and stuff to find their little room down there. And then you can go, it's like almost like a little B-Sides within it, because you can go down there and just do ad hoc sessions and all this stuff. So we're all about keeping those local communities up, having fun.
That's cool. Like your own little private speakeasy within the conference or something.
It kind of is. That actually, we were thinking about that last year or this last conference, about making it kind of speakeasy-ish.
Yeah,
it kind of is. But we can get really stupid crazy with this if we want to do it. And those guys are it's Afflicted, E-Cowboy, Chef, all those guys. They're real big. Sonic.
Oh yeah, we know
Sonic.
Yeah.
They're all behind all that stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So
sounds like a great group.
And those folks are excited about the Dallas conference too. Yep. And one of the things we've had a lot of over the years is people coming up for B-Sides DFW, or people from here going down to HOU.SEC.CON, going to LAS.CON, going to B-Sides San Antonio. So I think you're going to get a lot of the overall Texas community coming up for it.
Yeah, hopefully. By the way, Houstonites and everybody else in Texas, especially South Texas, just know when we do our event in January, the I Am Machine premiere, we want all of you guys coming up and supporting us, because we're going to do that in Grapevine, Texas. That's going to be January 15th. Lock your calendars down. It's going to be an awesome event. It's going to be, actually, it's our Lone Star Cyber Circus for the Cyber Circus Network, 3rd year. So it's going to be great. But not to promote my own stuff here. I do have another.
No, it's all right, because I'm going to be up there. I'm excited for it as well.
It's going to be great.
We're going to CyberSecurity is going to be a part of it. Everything else.
Yeah, we can't wait to have y'all up here for that. So, how about let's talk a little bit about how do you balance the whole making it technical and making it appeal to people that are very technical, but also appealing something like this to people that are new to the industry, or even like you said earlier, people that are still in high school that are just trying to learn how to get into this industry? How do you balance all that when you're planning?
Phil, I think that one's perfect for you, man.
Well, it's going to be, because we're going to have a CFP, and so we'll be selecting talks. But a lot of it is going to be, we're going to be looking for technical stuff, but we will have villages there. We'll have people there that kind of can do some mentoring and helping people out. So I think that's where it's going to fill the gap. There'll be a lot of participation from the local community. So, because you go to a conference, you're not going to learn everything in one day. So there they can make some good connections and have someone to learn from and guide them after the
We're
conference.
going to have to get Jason down from Iowa because you need a village idiot, don't you?
Is this a one day, Philip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, one day.
Yeah. Well, that's enough for Kevin. He couldn't handle any more than that.
Probably couldn't get out of work long enough to go more than a day.
You got a
right.
laughter installed.
Yeah, I got something. I'm sure they're going to drag me into something out there.
Well, look, guys, this has been a good first segment. We've covered a lot of stuff here. I just got one thing to say, and then let's take a break. But when you guys are ready to roll something out in Iowa, let me know. We're going to make it big in the Midwest.
There's a
Corn
con somewhere,
baby.
Yes, Corn Con in eastern Iowa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Are you ready to revolutionize your business? Introducing CypherNova.ai, your partner in the transformative power of artificial intelligence. We specialize in cutting-edge AI solutions that streamline operations, optimize productivity, drive sustainable growth. From predictive analytics to intelligent automation, our tailor-made strategies unleash the full potential of your data so you stay ahead of the curve. Take the first step toward a smarter, more efficient future. Visit us today and transform your business with the power of AI. CypherNova.ai, where innovation meets possibility.
Whoa, Kevin, man, get off my back. Why are you always on me about hurrying up, man? I'm on it already. So we're back, guys, and we're about to bring something great in the second segment. We're going to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more lighthearted. And so my first question I'm going to start off with is, if CyberSecurity were a superhero team, what would each conference's superhero be?
Okay. Let's see. HOU.SEC.CON would be maybe like shooting oil out of your hands or something like that. Just around oil and gas. I don't know. Something weird like that. I don't know. What would HAK.CON be, Phil?
I don't know, but I was thinking OT.CON would be like Iron Man.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, kind of like Iron Man.
So CYBR.HAK.CON, I'm not sure whether, I don't know any specific superheroes. Maybe someone from the Matrix or something.
Yeah, he's not a hero, but I was thinking Lawnmower Man. If y'all remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the Matrix.
I totally forgot all about that.
When you said Lawnmower Man, I was thinking Billy Bob Thornton for a second. Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
You got some mustard for them tires. All right, so what?
And CyberSecCon, HOU.SEC.CON. I mean, since that's the kind of the granddaddy out of all of them, I'd say that's just Superman or something. You got
Father Time. Is that a superhero? Father Time.
Yeah.
We can make him one. All right. So, what's the most unexpected or hilarious moment you've experienced at a past conference?
There's been a ton of them. I think probably the funniest one that actually turned into something when we used to have like this Norse theme, like Dungeons and Dragons / Norse theme that we did for several years in a row. And we made these characters it's typical D&D type stuff. Like one was the big tank warrior, one was the healer, one was like the witch. And then one year, I think it was the next to last year, we had it at Marriott. We had not a crow, but a grackle get inside the hotel, just flying everywhere. And the staff was trying to catch it. And, it was right over the sponsor. So we were afraid it was going to crap on all the sponsors.
On the T-shirts.
And they never did catch it. And it was on the last day of the conference, luckily. But they never did catch it. But the next year, because I'm a big Norse mythology fan, and we used that to inspire us to create 2 new characters that were the 2. If you know anything about Norse mythology, Odin has these 2 crows that are his messengers and watches everything for him. So we made 2 characters based on that. They're actually ravens, not crows. Somebody will come at me if I'm
Get it right, man.
Yeah, this big geek community here. Somebody, what are you talking about? So yeah, that was crazy. That was like probably one of the craziest things I ever saw, was that grackle would not leave, and it just took over the conference. And I even tweeted about it, that I was like, there's a unauthorized guest in HOU.SEC.CON, all this stuff. So
at least if the grackle pooped on you guys, it wouldn't get in your hair, right? You'd wipe it right off the dome.
Boom.
It depends. If Michael was looking up, it could
There-
have gotten his beard. So.
Not you, Phillip. Not
That's
you.
where this gray comes from.
Not me. No, I remember the
You
grackle.
were there
though.
for that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yep,
Grackle.
Yep.
Grackle.
that's funny.
What would you call that? Grackle Fest? Good old Grackle Fest?
Grackle.con.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
There you go.
Anyway,
There actually used to be
there
a
was
conference in
that-
Hawaii,
Shaka
Shaka Khan.
Yeah, it worked with the Kakan too, so it was.
Yeah, they would. Oh.
It was a crazy.
All right.
year.
So, if you could have one fictional hacker keynote or your dream keynote at CYBR.HAK.CON, who would it be and why?
Phil, that's for you, buddy.
Yeah, aren't you going to ask me the question of what my response to the past conference?
Yeah, what
experience,
you
funniest
got? What you
experience?
got? Throw it out
Oh,
there.
yeah. I want to hear that. Yeah,
yeah.
let's do that. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a good one. You're about
I'm
to
sure
pass me
you
up
do.
on it. Yeah, this one's funny because I was working for this vendor, and I was doing the keynote at the conference, and it was kind of funny because the guy showed up. He was bald, except he had a goatee, same age, same height, same weight, and everything. Age-wise, we're only like a few months apart. You guys met. He was actually at B-Sides Philly last year.
Oh.
So working the Horizon 3 booth. But we
Oh.
showed up at the conference. It was Triangle Infosec.CON in Raleigh, North Carolina. We show up wearing the exact same shirt, and people are thinking he's me. And to top it all off is I had my badge, because I had a speaker badge, had Phillip Wylie on it, and they printed extra Phillip Wylie badge, and he needed a badge, so he was wearing it. So I was kidding about him being my
No
stunt
way.
double. But people come up to him
Doppelganger.
after the keynote saying, "You did a great job, man. I really loved your talk." And then it's kind of funny because when we're at B-Sides Philly, we weren't wearing the same shirt, but people still mistook him for me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Phillip's got a
I could see
doppelganger,
that.
guys. Watch out.
Yeah,
Stunt
he
double.
does.
Yeah.
All right. So, your fictional keynote or your dream keynote, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dream keynote. Let's see, who would I have? There's so many great hackers out there. I would say Nahamsec.
Michael?
I've already had my dream keynote. We had Gene Spafford 2 years ago. I
Mm.
mean, he's pretty much the godfather of information security, man. So I don't know how it gets higher than that unless Jesus shows up. I mean, we're set.
One day we're going to have Jesus. All right. So I got a good one. So what's the weirdest talk submitted for the conferences that you've ever accepted or denied?
Golly, man, there's been CFPs so many I would say probably the one that Dave Lewis did. Would he do the one on polar bears?
Did Phillip get it in a headlock?
I think that's no. He's not like Phil. He's not wrestling bears, but there was one he did on polar bears that he actually came around pretty well. God, I would be. There's so many. The ones that we've sent back. It's not that they're weird. It's that they just nobody puts enough work into the submission. It's like here's 3 sentences and a title,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, this is going to be magic, and it's like that
Yeah.
means nothing to me. I mean, I need you to put a little more work. It's like a job interview. It's like if your resume is half a page long and you didn't put any work into it. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been some really weird ones. I wish I had a better answer for you on that, but the polar bear one got me. Everything that he brought, and then Jason Street's done a couple of crazy ones
I could see that.
as well, which is Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one a while back, a couple of years ago. Can't remember the conference. It might have been F.CON. Somebody did one on beekeeping. I don't know that it was weird, but it was different.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I was at that one too. I remember that.
Because it was a virtual
was
conference, and they
interesting.
sent us some of the honey that the bees had made.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I do want to change my answer. Well, add to it. We used to do one of the things we used to do for the closing keynote. We've kind of got away from because we need somebody to close the show off that's really good and keep people there. But we had a guy that was down here in Houston that did. He was on the forefront of drone hacking, and this was like 2014. Like this wasn't 5 years ago. Like all the technology has grown since the Russian-Ukraine war and all that stuff. He was doing this years and years and years ago, and he would do sniffing of wireless and everything using drones going around. It was before a ton of the regulations that kept you from getting at certain heights and stuff. That one was pretty awesome. And then we had a 12-year-old kid or something. He talked.
Oh, that's cool.
Here too. That was doing Kali Linux stuff and everything. His dad showed him how to do a lot of it, but he did it. That was pretty cool too. So
yeah, those are cool ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason used to race drones.
They just changed their. Yeah, I used to build them and race them and do all kinds of stuff with them, but they changed the regulations. I just heard recently that they're banning DJI drones now.
Oh, because of where they're made?
No, because you can jailbreak them so easy, and because a DJI drone has to connect to determine like what the requirements are for that region, so that it can only stay within those requirements. Well, you can jailbreak that and do whatever you want with it. And so they're like, no,
fix your firmware, or we're going to quit selling you.
Yeah,
I can't even fly them here because I'm like right across the street from
the airport. Yeah,
it's a little commuter airport, so nobody can do anything around here.
I used to have an app that would if I was traveling somewhere, that would tell me like how far away it was and show me all the routes into the airport, so I knew like if I was within an area that I could fly it and what height I can fly it and all this other kind of stuff. So
they fly right over my house. The flight path goes right over my house.
Mine too. It does that too now.
Well, Phil and I live by DFW. We can't do anything around here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm over close to Addison Airport.
Yeah, you are.
I've got a drone, but I can fly it in the area.
So the last time I was flying and the drone that I built, they were just changing some of the regulations and they were enhancing some technology. And there was a piece of technology. There's a protocol that will transmit and receive on the same protocol if other planes are flying within a certain area to avoid collisions, right? And so the chipsets I was using supported that protocol, and oh my gosh, dude, I was flying because I could fly up to 400 feet, right? So I was flying, and this thing starts going off. I'm getting alerts like crazy. My drone's reacting. It's starting to come down. I think it's going to fall out of the sky. I'm freaking out because I have no idea what's happening just randomly. And it comes down and it lands. And this is, again, something I built. So I'm like, what did I do wrong? There's a flaw in my code. Something's wrong, right? And I kid you not, small airplane starts flying over my exact path that I was just in, right over my house. And it was well under 400 feet. And I'm like, holy cow. First of all, you're not supposed to be doing that.
You need to go up.
But it worked. Yeah. You know, so it's just one of those things. So, okay, I got one. So if you guys had described a CyberSec community using just memes, which ones would make the cut?
Oh my gosh. Why didn't I prepare better for this freaking show? Just memes. So, well, it doesn't cost much. So I'm thinking the Tree Fitty from South Park. You know, Tree Fitty, you damn Loch Ness monster. That would be one. God, come on, Phil. You got to help me, man.
Well, if we went back to HOU.SEC.CON, it would be the white cat meme where the two women are like freaking out and they would say it's HOU.SEC.CON and he says no, it's HOU.SEC.CON. Yeah,
I know that meme. Yeah, that meme blew up like a year ago, didn't it? It's like everywhere.
Yeah. All of a sudden it blew up. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Phil's always good for something like that.
I keep going back to that. It's not really a meme. It's what everybody uses that. What was that movie that everybody sorry, everybody, but it's literally Hitler. And it's in that movie about him where he's down in the basement and he's talking to all the guys. And he's like all mad because everybody get attacked. And I've always wanted to take that film. There's a generator you can go do online and it'll literally go edit it and post it on YouTube for you. And I've always wanted to have something like, you know, HOU.SEC.CON's getting out of control or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those on the Dallas Cowboys. They're not that good for Cowboys fans, but if they're hilarious.
Is it Jerry or is it Shoddy?
Yeah, it could be either.
Just playing Hitler. I don't know.
All right, guys. So if you could host your conference in any unusual location, like a haunted mansion or a spaceship, where would you choose to host your conference?
I got an answer, Phil. I don't know if you got one.
Sure, you go ahead.
So this is crazy. Where we have our user group downtown Houston is a neutrality data center, but it was the old like Federal Reserve type banking building way back in the day. And we're actually going to do this someday. We're going to have a party down there. There's a vault, a massive vault down there. There's this whole big open area and it's all just concrete and big columns and the vault doors are still there. And then when you walk to the other side or on the other side where the vault is, it's where the money trucks used to back up and offload all of this money. And there's all of these really thick glass, like gun position sitting there where anytime because they had to open the warehouse door and it would back up and then people would be over it where they could shoot from those positions outside if somebody tried to break in and steal the money while it was getting transferred. We're going to do a party down there because it's literally the vault doors are still there. We want to do like a black light crazy party down there sometime. But if we could hold, I don't know if we'd do the whole conference. We couldn't fit the whole conference down there, but that's really where I want to have an event. It is so cool. You have to go see it.
Right before you do that event, you need to have as your closing speaker, invite Freaky Clown to come speak about how he robbed banks. And then you can go straight down there and have your happy hour. That'd be a perfect segue.
Him or like Deviant Olem or something like that. You know, somebody does all the
there you go.
Stuff.
There you go.
Cool.
All right. So
does Phil have one?
Yeah, I don't know. Like not necessarily a haunted mansion, but like an old mansion or a castle kind of place
Castle
that
would
we
be
have kind of
killer.
a hacker lair type,
Yeah, that would be
type
so
vibe to it.
cool.
That would be cool.
A castle would be really cool.
There's a castle in Missouri that would be perfect for that.
There
It's
is.
massive.
I've been there. It is
Maybe
massive.
we need to figure out how to
Yeah.
get one in Missouri.
There was an old like Victorian mansion. That's actually where it would be cool. Have you ever been to Biltmore?
I've heard of that.
in,
I've heard
North
of Biltmore.
Carolina.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't been there.
Oh, that'd be so cool if you could do it, because it's the old like Vanderbilt Victorian mansion, or not Victorian. It's like a French chateau.
That'd be so
style.
amazing.
That
Yeah.
would be really cool. The other place I wanted to have it is the Renaissance Fair down here, Renaissance Festival grounds down here in Houston, near Houston. That would
Yeah,
be
and you
cool
have to dress up
as well.
Up like Oktoberfest to get in? Or Renaissance
Dress up and
off.
go hack something. That'd be pretty cool. Renaissance, yeah. Do whatever you want. Just have big costume.
Yeah,
party.
that'd be awesome.
fun.
Yeah, that could be right up Kevin's alley. He wouldn't wear anything because he's already in costume.
Hey, man. That's what
I
I
hope he
do.
wears something. I hope he wears something.
I'll wear something from the waist up, guys.
Nobody needs to see that. Is this a family
Yeah,
friendly
sure,
podcast?
sure,
What do we
sure.
got going on?
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Since
All
you
right.
mentioned that, and you mentioned Missouri, I thought you could start Show Me Con, but you'd have to be careful because people might.
Oh my
think it's
gosh,
a
yeah, they're gonna
kinda
think it's like
conference,
Bourbon
so-
Street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That would not be good. What's one cybersecurity myth you wish would just disappear, preferably in a puff of glitter?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you. Your volume.
A
went low.
cybersecurity myth that you wish would just disappear.
I tell you what, I'd like to see.
Users are stupid.
What's that, Phil?
Yeah. One of the things I'd like to see go away is the ridiculous paranoia of anyone going to DEF CON and Black Hat. If they're not that technical, they don't think you're safe, they don't think you carry a phone. I mean, it's just follow proper security protocols. But I worked at this company once, a vendor, and one of the people I worked with said, yeah, you can't take a phone, you can't do this, you can't do all that. And just the paranoia around that, it's just that kind of stuff I wish would just kind of go away.
Yeah.
Well, Jason and I
absolutely.
were there one night when we saw them hack into the check-in system at the Flamingo. And there was a line out the hotel, man. It's 2 a.m. We were getting in from
Yeah, it
one of the
was late.
parties after DEF CON one night. And we just happened to hear people griping about it. And we're like, what's going on? We're like, oh, somebody hacked into the damn check-in system and everybody's stuck up here. We can't get into our rooms. I'm like, oh, man, better you than me. I'm going to bed. Have a good one. It was crazy.
I
Yeah.
think that's why they moved them into
That's
the
probably
convention
right.
center, 'cause
Yeah. Philip, I got one for you specifically. So if you had to teach a hacking class to aliens, what would be the first lesson you'd teach?
I guess I'd teach them how to use NIC2 because NIC2 has an alien mascot.
Oh, and they
do
would find that really
do it on an
beneficial,
Alienware
right?
machine.
They can relate.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that looks like me. Yeah.
Or they could be offended because it may not look like them either. So.
Right.
All right.
sensitive.
Well,
alien.
guys, that was fun. We're gonna do one more round of this, but the next round is gonna be what we call our speed round or our lightning round. So that one, we don't even expect you to think about your answer. We just want you to spit out the first thing that comes to mind. But before we do that, we're gonna take one more break, and we'll come right back.
Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Imagine taking a proactive, deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity, blocking every action, process, and user unless specifically authorized by your team. ThreatLocker helps you do this and provides a full audit of every action, allowed or blocked, for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based support team. Stop the exploitation of trusted applications within your organization
to keep you running efficiently and secure, protected from ransomware. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. To learn more about how ThreatLocker can mitigate unknown threats and ensure compliance for your organization, visit threatlocker.com.
All right. Well, welcome back from break number 2. We're going to get into some fun questions here. This is what we call the lightning round of questions for you two gentlemen. And the way this is going to work, I am going to ask questions, and I'll start it off. I'm going to direct my questions at Michael, and Jason's going to direct his questions at Phillip. So we, in the spirit of keeping this lightning round, we're going to just do that. My question is going to go to you, Michael, and then Jason will pick it up after that. But say what comes to mind right off the top of the dome. Are you ready for this?
Literally the dome.
The literal dome, man. All right. So question 1, Michael.
Yep.
Hack into the Matrix or reboot Skynet?
Oh, hack into the Matrix.
Of course. What else would make sense?
Phillip, speak only in binary for a day or only dad jokes for a week?
Only dad jokes for a week.
Was there?
I guess that would be a thing different.
Yeah. Was there any other option for Phillip there? Okay.
No.
All right, Michael. Have your keynote interrupted by a rogue drone or a karaoke flash mob?
A flash mob all day long.
That'd be so fun.
That would be.
Okay, so Phillip, defend your network with medieval armor or a lightsaber.
Medieval armor.
Yeah, definitely.
Jason, there's another funny thing there that I wanted to bring up on that question. Is he could also defend this with a bear hug, right, Phillip? If you know, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, host a panel at a retirement home about cybersecurity with toddlers about encryption.
Oh, nursing home. No toddlers.
And encryption too. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's two factors that just don't collide well.
Yeah. All right. Only use, Phillip, this is for you. Only use dial-up internet for a month or only use Internet Explorer forever.
I guess dial up for a month.
I'll deal with slow internet.
Yep.
All right, Michael, give a talk titled How to Hack a Toaster or Cybersecurity in the Age of Unicorns.
Unicorns. Let's do that. I like that.
There
You could
go.
get pretty creative with that one.
Yeah.
Phillip, have your keynote translated live by a parrot or a robot with stage fright?
A parrot.
I'd just say robot with stage fright just to see what that even looked like. That's got to be interesting. Okay, Michael, only be able to communicate via Morse code or carrier pigeon.
Morse code. It's faster.
Yeah. All right. So, Phillip, what would be the name of your hacker alter ego?
Bear Slayer.
I'm thinking of all the ways you can spell that using LeetSpeak.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, coffee or energy drinks?
No coffee.
What would you enjoy, Phillip, to do when you unplug from technology?
Ooh, I don't even think I
watch movies.
I don't think I know this about Phillip. You're a big
Phillip
movie buff.
unplugs from technology and he watches movies. What do you watch movies on? A whole hand.
He watches the Matrix
technology, but I don't have to think.
He watches Mr. Robot and Matrix. All right, Michael. One thing that you'd ban from the internet forever.
Social media.
Social media is a good one.
I hate to say that because we're all.
I would too,
man.
man.
We all need that though, dude. We really do.
Yeah.
It's helped me too much.
Huh. All right, Phillip. Final question. So, one cybersecurity tool you can't live without, and this is actually for both of you.
One cybersecurity tool you can't live For pen testing, I would say Nmap.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's your basic. You
Gotta
figure
have
out
it.
what's going on.
Yeah.
That's gotta have it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a cybersecurity tool or not, but Postman for querying APIs is a big one
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Right on.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on.
I mean, definitely can be used in a cybersecurity sense.
What would yours be,
Or just
Jason?
Wireshark, one of the two. I mean,
Wireshark, yeah, would be a good one. Yeah. What's that,
What
Kev?
would yours be? I think I know mine.
Well, I like the two Michael just went with, but I'm going to throw a very high level one out there. I'm going to use NSLookup or NSLookup. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think I could have a lot of
It's
fun with
something
just
you use all the time.
Jack the Ripper, just cracking passwords and making people feel stupid for having bad passwords. That would be mine.
Wall of
Yeah,
Shame.
one of my favorite all-time pen tests.
There you go.
I was able to get SQL injection, command line access, dump the password, and was able to dump the password hash with John the Ripper.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fun tool to play with. It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it,
yours,
folks.
Kevin, I thought yours was WAF.
Yeah, WAF.
Yeah.
That's going to be the inside joke of the year. WAF.
We'll all be laughing at them.
Oh, I see what you did there, buddy. I see what you did.
That was a Phillip style one.
I know.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
For people who don't know Phillip, the thing that I love about Phillip most is he always comes equipped with a dad joke I've never heard.
Yeah.
And they're always pretty good ones too. They're not generic goofy dad jokes. They're good stuff. So, and they're always, I think what Phillip sits around doing in his spare time, he's not watching movies. He's thinking of scenarios that are going to happen in his life. And he says, okay,
So
if
he
that
can
ever
prepare.
happens, this is the dad joke I'm going to use. He's got some sort of register in his brain that says,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
dad
how
joke
good he is.
37, boom.
I
Yeah.
keep it in my database.
See, there you go. There you go.
Right there.
That's perfect.
Right there.
So guys, there you have it. Speed round CyberSec style. That was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you for doing that. A lot of people, when they're trying to think on the fly, have a lot of problems with doing that, but you guys did pretty good. So we're going to leave some links in the description all about how to get more information about the CyberSec community, about CYBR.HAK.CON, about all the other associations tied to CyberSec community. Is there anything else you guys want to leave the listeners with related to it? Where can they find more information? How do they find out about you guys too?
Yeah, I mean, CyberSec, again, cyber without the E, CyberSec.Community. That's got a link to everything that we do in there. So that's the easiest place to find, the most central place. For me, on X, I'm M1A1 vet. On LinkedIn, I'm easy to find, just first name, last name on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's easy. To leave for the final thought is just keep being part of the community and stay curious. That's the biggest thing for me, is staying curious.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Phillip, how do they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on X, just Phillip Wylie. Same thing, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and my website is thehackermaker.com. And check out my podcast, The Phillip Wylie Show.
Absolutely. Great podcast. Lots of awesome guests too. Jason, bring us on, baby.
Guys, I want to thank you guys both for being on the show tonight. It's been fun. It's always fun talking with you guys and talking shop and learning about what you guys are doing. I'm really excited about it. I'm just listening to all you guys are saying. I'm a real big community guy. I like the building of community and helping people learn and teach and do all those things. So seeing the efforts that you guys are putting into all of this and it actually, turning into what it's been turning into, it's just fascinating. So wish you guys all the success going forward, and thank you again for being on the show tonight.
And
so with that,
until next season, because this is the last of season 4.
Until next season. So prepare yourselves, because we're going to change up our show next season. it's going to take a little bit different flair than just a pure conversation style. And so we're excited about how that's going to roll out. We'll be doing that planning here in the off season. In the meantime, subscribe, Cyber Distortion Podcast. You can find us on YouTube and all the streaming platforms, or also look up the Cyber Circus Network and follow us there as well. And with that, we will see you all next season.
Michael, Phillip, cheers, guys. Take it easy.
Cheers, y'all. Thanks.
See you guys.
Thank you for watching our latest episode of the Cyber Distortion Podcast. We only grow with your support. The best thing you can do to help us grow is to subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, follow us on X, and tell just one friend about the show. You can find out more about us on the blog site at www.CYBR.SEC.CON. Our X handle is @DistortionCyber, and you can also listen to our audio-only versions of the episodes on most major streaming podcast platforms. Just search for Cyber Distortion Podcast. Until next time, take care. Cheers.